Oh my gosh, man. The stuff you see in that Geico campground is unbelievable. There's a stripper pole over there. There's a double stripper pole over there. There's 2 stripper poles.
Trouble. 2 cars around. One in the wall. A lot of cars.
Watch your inside. Block her down.
And we have a caution.
Welcome back to another episode of The Caution is Out, baby. Got Gregory Kirby up in here with us today. OG Curb, what's going on, baby?
Nothing much. Love to be on here on The Caution's Out with the one and only Randy the Plumber. Oh, shit! We're about to go down.
Oh, shit! And anybody can say that like that. You got to reach deep down. You got to reach deep down inside, way down into the bottom of the gut down there, and fire it out. It's just real simple.
I've been doing it a lot recently. It's really simple. Yeah, I love doing that catchphrase. It's funny because you use it with almost everything.
Yes, it has. Well, we actually counted them. It has 5,123,432 applications. Give or take a few million. So what's been going on with you, man? I heard a little birdie tweeting. I heard a little birdie tweet, and it tweeted over here in my ear, and it said that you were at Talladega. So what's up with that?
Dude, so I was born in Georgia, but I live here in Alabama for the last 15 years of my life. And I have grown up going past Talladega every other weekend to go to my dad's, back and forth from my dad and my dad's house and my mom's house. But so Talladega is like a staple to my life because I know the track. I love the track. It's my home track. But I always want to go to a Talladega race because it's so fun to be there and just have fun and watch cars go 200 plus miles an hour. It's the best time of your life. And no matter who you are, you got to imagine going and watching Talladega races is like the pinnacle of NASCAR. Yes. They say Daytona 500. People say Daytona 500 is the pinnacle of NASCAR. It's the best race for NASCAR. I say Talladega is the best one.
Well, Talladega is the fans spectacular. You know, it's Daytona is the driver's deal. It's the first race of the year, you know, and we're all just excited to see cars back on the track, and then they throw that big old Daytona 500 at us. But Talladega, man, I tell people all the time, it's a family reunion is what it is.
It really is. It's redneck honky-tonk town down there. Yeah.
But let me ask you a question.
All right.
Because you've experienced this, and I tell everybody they need to experience this at least 30 or 40 times in a lifetime. When they come around Talladega, they take the green flag. Is that not the best harmony you've ever heard in your life?
My ears are still ringing right now from Monday's race.
It's just the harmony them cars create is just, it's unbelievable.
It is. It's beautiful. I love hearing the cars. Like my dad, and my little brother, they were having the earphones above their heads. I was like, no, who does that? I want to hear my eardrums busting. It's just fun. It's just fun. And the smell of the cars is just beautiful. Yeah. But the beer showers on the first, when the cars come around, the pace cars lights are off and the beer showers coming up. Yeah, beautiful. Didn't happen this time because the college section wasn't there.
Yeah,
but
5,000.
Me and my little brother, we tried. It's not.
No,
there could have been a lot more fans than 5,000. To be honest with you,
they could have had 25,000 people there and still pulled off the guidelines.
Oh, definitely, because you still didn't have turns 4 to the start of pit road was empty. Those sections was empty. You could have had campers in the infield following the COVID-19 guidelines and still had the race.
Are 6 feet apart to begin with. The campsites are 10 feet apart there. You know,
and that was what I thought was kind of crazy because mean, Talladega is known for having the campers in the infield, having the guys on top of the campers watching the race, drinking a beer, but not this year.
What was it like to be there and look out to an empty infield? I just can't even imagine what that's like. So tell me what you thought.
It was very different. I don't like seeing nobody in the infield. You want to see people having fun in the infield. You want to see that guy with his shirt off, that big old fat guy with his shirt off, who has that farmer's tan.
I don't want to see it.
But he has that big old number 3 tattoo and is drinking a beer.
That guy. Sometimes that guy is me. I don't like seeing that guy.
You don't like being that guy?
What I love seeing on the infield at Talladega, I don't know who it is. I've spoke to him a few times, but I love the guys that have the big old couch up on top of the bus.
The big old couch on top of the bus.
It's got recliners in it, man. And, dude, I've never been able to get up on that bus, but I got a feeling that enough people know me now that I can probably gain access to that couch. Probably. But yeah, I think I probably enough people probably know me now that I can probably gain access to that couch on top of that bus at Talladega, and that's right where I'm headed next time I go there.
I want to see Randy the Plumber on that couch.
I am. I'm gonna get up on that couch. I'm gonna make a video from that couch. So if that guy that owns that couch is watching this, you better give me an invite to the couch, man, because I've been admiring that couch for about 10 years now. So
I cannot wait. I want to be on that couch too.
Yeah, we'll all go up there on the couch. We'll all go up there. We'll make a big old garage guys video from the couch.
Why don't we just bring our own couch?
Yeah. Well, I guess we could, but our couch won't be as cool as that guy's got a cool couch, man.
Well, all you gotta do is go to the thrift store, actually outside the thrift store, just pick up a random couch. Someone just leaves there and just take it with us.
That's probably what he does. It's probably exactly what he does.
It's probably what he does.
I could have probably went to Talladega, but it's like I told Chase and I told several other people, I don't know if I want to go to Talladega when the infield's empty and there's only 5,000 people in the stands. And to me, yes, it's a race, it's Talladega, and all that's fine and good. But man, it's the whole experience of Talladega didn't exist this year.
It did not. It was not
really strange.
Yeah, like I was telling people who was coming to the race for the first time, I was like, "You're coming to the Talladega race. Yes, this is Talladega, but this ain't a Talladega full experience. Yeah, like you have to experience from Friday night till Sunday after the race.
Shoot, I like the experience from Wednesday to Sunday.
Well, the regular people who work have the experience the Friday night.
Yeah.
Stuff.
I guess a lot happens from Friday on. But we usually get set up on Wednesday. I camp over in free camping, and oh my gosh,
last fall I camped from Thursday night till Sunday, and then I didn't camp that Sunday night because my tent was just soaking wet, and I wasn't going to go to we just brought my tent home and I just went to race the next day.
Well, I was laying. I guess I got in the. I don't really call it getting into bed at Talladega. Getting on the air mattress probably got on the air mattress about 3:00 one morning on a Friday night, Saturday morning, whatever you want to call it. And I was laying there and I started laughing. And my wife said, "What's so funny?" And I said, "The answer is 9." And she said, "What are you talking about? The answer is 9." I said, "I can hear 9 different generators running right now. That's what I hear right now is 9 different generators." And she's like, yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
Oh, yes.
Crazy. Oh, my gosh, man. The stuff you see in that Geico campground is unbelievable. There's a stripper pole over there. There's a double stripper pole over there. There's 2 stripper poles. Oh, yeah.
Don't forget them beads.
Them guys that's got them stripper poles, they know how to party.
Yes, they do.
Party. But, I mean, I would have loved to have been there, I guess, but it just I don't know that I really had it in my heart to really try to be there. I could have probably pulled it off, but
it would have been easy.
It
For
just,
be honest with you, y'all could have just used my address to get here.
yeah, it just, I don't know, with the lack of just 5,000 fans, that was really bothering me.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, okay? Because I would have liked to have seen this. What were you feeling? What was going through your mind when they were pushing Bubba Wallace's car down pit road and everybody from every crew was there walking with him? What was your thoughts on that?
So Monday morning, I had read a thing that they were going to do something for Bubba Wallace, but we didn't know exactly what it was at the moment because we knew they was trying to do something good for him to support for Bubba from what happened, the incident that happened on Sunday night. Well, we started seeing a car getting moved up. Me, my dad, and my little brother started seeing a car being moved up to up towards the front road. And we're like, that's Bubba's car, because who else would whose car been moved to the front of the field?
Yeah.
So we all saw it was Bubba. So we all started moving closer down to the front of the fence. So we sat in the lower grandstand seats. They're about to start finish line, and we got as close as we could to the where his car was at as we could, and we just videoed it, and it was amazing, and showing everybody to show support for Bubba, giving when Bubba got out of the car and seeing the King there, 82 years old, and just hugging his driver, and that's big. That was big, even though what happened, it was just supposedly a garage pool rope. Still, he has gone over so much hate in the last couple of weeks just because he said some stuff.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing that I like. That the whole entire NASCAR community came together to show unity to show for a cause, and I loved it.
Yeah.
And I loved it. It brought some tears to my eye when I was there.
Well, it had to be a moment, you know.
It was emotional.
NASCAR gives us so many moments. I mean, it's the only sport in the world, and there's never, you know, football, baseball, basketball, hockey, golf, most of the time or a lot of the times, you know who, and not all the time, but the general majority of the time, you know who's going to win before it's over.
Yeah.
But in NASCAR racing, you don't, and Monday was a perfect example. You don't know who's winning nothing. And I got a saying that come from this. I was thinking about it one day, and I shared it with Chase at Garage Guys, and he's like, man, that's a really cool saying. And that saying is, you don't know anything until you know everything. And that should be the slogan of NASCAR, because you don't know nothing until you know everything. You don't know who's going to win that race until you know where everybody's finished. Every single driver's finished, and then you know who won the race.
Especially at Talladega.
Well, so you were by the start-finish line. You were down close to the start-finish line.
Oh, yeah, we were down close. We were sitting right in front of one of the suites.
When Eric Jones,
I think it was
when Eric Jones was smacking the wall, I think 3 times coming across the finish line, could you feel it?
I didn't feel it. I was just too excited to watch to see who finished first. I didn't really think about Eric Jones crashing, but I saw Eric Almirola crash, and I was like, "Oh crap!"
Yeah, at Atlanta man, I don't remember what year it was. It would have been in the 90s. Somebody hit the wall. We were sitting in turn 1, right close to the wall, probably like 10 rows up. And somebody hit the wall, blew a tire, and I could feel that tire in my face when it
really
blew. Yes, I could literally feel the pressure of that tire blowing, and everybody around me was like, did you feel that? And I'm like, yeah, man, I felt that. That's why I asked you, could you actually feel it? Because a lot of times if you're close enough, you can feel the impact.
Well, so me and my dad, we were sitting up higher so we could see the rest of the track, but my little brother, he was sitting on the front row, and so he could probably feel it. But I was watching it from about 25 rows up, but just watching that race, I thought, to be honest with you, I thought Eric Almirola won the race in backwards.
Yeah, and
if he would have won that race backwards,
that would have been unbelievable.
That'd been Ricky Bobby's type stuff.
That's what I was fixing to say. He'd have Ricky Bobby that thing. Hopefully, he wouldn't have had an imaginary fire. But that Eric Almirola
or kiss another driver
to finish third backwards.
That is crazy.
To finish a race backwards, period, is wild. But that was one of the wildest finishes I've ever seen. Now, it's probably not the wildest finish I've ever seen, but and that's goes back to NASCAR gives us so many moments. That it would have been worth going to that race, making the drive just for the last 30 seconds.
Oh, yes. Everybody's always on their feet for the last 10 laps. Like for the first 10 laps in the race, you're always standing up, but for the last 10 laps, I don't think there's anybody in those stands that are sitting down, because you want to know who wins that race. You want to see the big one happen, which it didn't happen this year, sadly. Tony Stewart is kind of happy about no wrecking this year.
Yeah, well, we don't have to have the big one if we have an exciting finish. We just need something exciting to happen at Talladega. And
it's a lot different from the October race last year.
Yeah.
The October race last year had so many wrecks on that Monday. It was like 15 different wrecks in the last 50 laps. But this one we only had like maybe 6 cautions this entire race, not including the stages and the competition caution.
Well, imagine this. Imagine if NASCAR would have made Talladega the first race back instead of Darlington.
I would have loved that instead.
We would have had a lot more than 6 or 7 cautions. Because
Stenhouse would have wrecked the entire field the first lap.
Everybody would have been full of themselves, coming back after a couple of months off. That's the same way it is at Daytona. That's why Daytona is so good, is because they've had this off season and they're ready to get back to work. And, they're ready to set the tone for the whole season. And then coming back after that 2-month break, you had to reset the tone for the whole season. I would have loved to have seen Talladega the first race up with all them new eyes on NASCAR, and crazy stuff would have happened. I mean, I would have been surprised if 10 cars finished the race. If it would have
we've had Ricky Bobby and John Gerard finish.
Yeah, and that would have been okay with me. And Carl Edwards did do that when him and Keselowski tangled up.
09 race.
He ran across the finish line. Of course, it didn't count, but only Carl Edwards can pull something like that off.
Only Carl Edwards.
I mean, what a heck of a collision he just had. And then he gets out of the car and takes off running. I mean, the guy was in terrific shape. I hate he retired as early as he did.
Same.
When he came into the sport, he came in wide open. If you
he only had an 11-year career, didn't he?
It wasn't
11 or 12-year career.
It wasn't long, but boy, he jumped in that 99 car and took off.
If he had had the playoffs during his run with Jimmy Johnson, his feud with Jimmy Johnson, he would have won 2 or 3 championships.
Yes, no doubt, man, no doubt. Guy was a heck of a driver. But look, from what I understand, you were an intern for Rick and Bubba radio show?
Yes, I was an intern for Rick and Bubba.
Man, how cool is that?
Dude, only thing that sucks about interning for Rick and Bubba is waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning just to get ready. Other than that, it's awesome.
Yeah.
You get to talk to random people. You get to talk to people on the phones, and just hear the crazy phone calls that people are about to place on there. My famous phone call I've ever taken probably was been the Hoyt Hutchinson phone call, the one who popped Baby Trump at the LSU and Bama game, and that was probably the best one. But the best thing about Rick and Bubba, I think, was actually not Rick and Bubba itself, not going to the studio. It was getting the free Chick-fil-A points, getting breakfast every morning.
Well, I guess it's got its advantages.
It does have its advantages.
But hanging out with them two guys had to be a trip, man.
Oh, yeah. Like I told you earlier, I know Rick and Greg through my friend Pearson. He was and Rick and Greg's sister was actually one of my teachers in high school, my 11th grade English teacher.
Yeah.
So that's how I know Rick and Greg through them. And Coach Bill Burgess, their parents, Greg and Rick's dad was actually the coach at JSU during the 90s, won national championship there. And he used to come to some of the basketball games. Me and him would talk, and every time we see him in public, like at a restaurant, he asked me how I'm doing. If he sees my mom or my dad in public, he always asks me how I'm doing. And I think it's awesome that a legendary coach like that thinks so highly of me.
Well, that is pretty cool. And I can't help but to notice, I mean, you'd have to be blind to not notice that you're an Auburn Tiger, War Eagle, whatever the heck y'all are nowadays.
War damn Eagle.
Oh my gosh, here we go. Here we go. Now I'm gonna tell you something, and this is not an official. This is not an official end of the year poll guarantee or anything like that, or whatever you want to call it. But for the last 7 years, I have picked the national championship in the middle of the summer, and for 7 years in a row, I have been correct. Last year, I picked LSU. And I told people, I said, LSU's just going to run away with it this year. I said, and it's just what it is. I said, next year they're not. But here it goes, and no one's ever really heard my official predictions before because I usually just keep them to me and my family. But I have picked Auburn to win the national championship this coming year. I've also I've got them undefeated going to the SEC championship game. I also have Florida undefeated on the East going to the SEC championship game, and this is how I got it breaking down. Auburn and Florida meet in the championship game. Auburn wins that game in deciding fashion, but Florida gets a bid into the college football playoff, and they will meet again. But I got Auburn winning that thing this year, and I've been correct 7 years in a row. And I got Nix winning the Heisman by a landslide. And I think that this winning the Heisman by a landslide thing is fixing to become a thing that's going to happen year in and year out. I think that, what happened last year is just – it's amazing. What was it, 95% of the vote?
I think
Burrow got
the biggest margin in Heisman throwing in history. And Joe Burrow he had that swagger about him last year. You could not vote for Joe Burrow if you was a Heisman voter.
Well, I mean, I told people last July and August, I said, here's what's going to happen. I said, you have put Burrow into a team that wants Burrow. And we all knew Burrow was good, okay? But what Coach O built at LSU was Burrow's destiny, okay? When Coach O showed up at LSU, his job was to build Burrow a team, okay? Because you get this opportunity to go out here and get this quarterback that may possibly be the best college quarterback to ever play the game at this point. Mm-hmm. And you get to bring him into a team that's built just for him, and that's exactly what happened. And that's what I told people. I said the LSU team has been built for Burrow, and he's fixing to go in there and just start waxing everybody. And everybody said, oh, man, you're crazy. I'm a Mississippi State Bulldog, so it hurts my heart to say that LSU last year was going to do it. But I knew that that's what was going to happen, and I'm telling you, y'all need to get ready for a wild ride this year because I'm pretty sure, unless something crazy miraculous happens, that Auburn will be in the national championship game, and they will win that game, and it will not be close. Now, I'm not picking their opponent, but it may very well be Florida that they're playing in that game. And what Mullen's done at Florida is nothing short of a miracle, and they're ready. They're poised and ready. I hate we lost Mullen. I really do. But we got a good coach coming in at Mississippi State this year too that ain't going to be playing around.
The Pirates.
Yeah, but we're not ready.
I love old Mike Lee.
I don't think we're ready for the playoffs, but I do think we're ready for a New Year's Six game. I think we're going to be ready for that this year. But
so with Mike Leach coming into Mississippi State, you know how last year LSU that pass heavy offense.
Yeah.
And that's what Mike Leach is known for. And it worked well in SEC, so I can see it working well with Mike Leach. I just don't – who's y'all's quarterback? I can't remember who's y'all's quarterback.
We got AJ. We got AJ. Pulled him out of California.
Is he a gunslinger?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. He is going – man, that kid's good. That kid's good. Be looking for a 10-2 year out of Mississippi State. We're going to lose to Auburn, okay? Auburn's going to go undefeated. I think we will probably lose to Alabama, okay? But I'm not 100% sure where our second loss is coming from. It darn sure ain't coming from Ole Miss, and it's probably not going to come from LSU. I got LSU at 9-3. I got Alabama at 9-3 this coming year too. and that's going to hurt a lot of people's feelings. But I truly studied my college football, and for 7 years straight, I've picked the national championship in the middle of summer, national championship winner in the middle of summer, and I haven't missed. And you know, it doesn't thrill me. It didn't thrill me when I had to pick Clemson, but I knew Clemson was going to win it. It doesn't. I wish I could pick Mississippi State, and I think in 3 years we'll be there. We'll be ready. We'll be ready to roll into the big show. Because Mullen had us there. We just couldn't close the deal, and that's just all about experience. That's truly all it is. We went into an Egg Bowl, you know, with one loss, and I think our ego got the better of us in that game because all we had to do was beat Ole Miss. That was it, and we're in the playoff. But yeah, it just didn't happen that way. But I got y'all doing real well this year, man. I think y'all showed up latter part of the season last year and showed what Auburn was made out of right now. And so, yeah, I think it's there. And I'm not telling you that just because you're on this show. I'm telling you that because I believe that.
I think the best thing that's going to help us is Chad Morris calling the plays this year instead of Gus, because everybody's been asking for Gus's head off in the state of Alabama for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
But Chad Morris helping out with Bo Nix, who Chad Morris is the one who recruited Deshaun Watson to Clemson. So I think that he's a quarterback whisperer, and hopefully Chad Morris does really well with Bo. And we lose Boobie Whitlow as our running back, but we gain one of the best running backs, and a freshman running back named Tank Bigsby coming from the state of Georgia. I saw him play last year when I was calling a game on the radio for a team out of Georgia.
Yeah.
And he just tore our team up. A minute was into the game, and they already scored 14 points. He already scored 2 touchdowns.
It's going to be an interesting year. You know, and I've been watching that people are calling for Gus's head, but here's the fact. Who you going to hire at Auburn that's better?
Exactly.
I mean, who when you think about it, there is you don't have a better choice.
No, I really don't see when people's asking for Gus's head off. I'm like, who are we gonna hire? Like at one point before Lane got tired on at Ole Miss, if Gus had got fired, I would like to have Lane Kiffin there, just to make Bama fans just mad. Yeah. Or Mike Leach would have been a good one for Auburn, but now since they're both in the SEC, I don't see us getting a better head coach other than Gus Malzahn this time.
Yeah.
Like if we had fired Gus last year, if we had lost the Iron Bowl, he'd probably been fired, and I think we would have gotten Lane Kiffin, and I would have been all for it. Yeah,
we'll see what he does at Ole Miss, but
he is a tough 6 games as head coach.
I don't like him being at Ole Miss. I'm just going to tell you, I like Ole Miss being our whipping stick.
Yeah,
you know, and they probably won't have any dog pissing incidents.
Not anymore. No.
Which turned out to be the biggest play of the game last year. The biggest play of the game was a dog pissing incident.
Yes. That's everybody remembers from that game.
Well, it was the biggest play. Oh man, we was on pins and needles that game last year. It was a tough one. But I think y'all are in good shape, man. I really do.
Oh yeah.
I don't see. Well, what I saw y'all, how I saw y'all close out the season, and y'all have built on that. Y'all have built even more on that. And the last few weeks of the season, Auburn could play and beat anybody, and they they could play and beat anybody out there. So, where's the Iron Bowl at this coming year?
It's gonna be at Bama, sadly. I don't like going to Bama or that town over there in West Alabama that much.
T-Town.
Yeah, don't like going there that much. But
nobody likes going there and playing.
No, but I love going down to Auburn and then watching a game in front of 80,000, in front of your 80,000 closest family members.
I think they put something in the air over there or something, man. I don't know. It's just like
Brian Denny or Jordan Hare?
Brian Denny. It's like they got some fumble juice or something that give to the players or something. I don't know. Maybe they should check their Gatorade jugs. But, Nick Saban's not a fan of mine, and, I just call it like it is, and he probably still ain't too happy with me. But I ain't no Alabama fan no way. So
no.
I ain't got to worry about it. Well, man, it was good having you on. We'll have to get you on again sometime, especially when college football starts, man. We'll have to get on. I tell you what, the week Mississippi State and Auburn play, we got to do a show. We got to do a show before the game, and then we got to do a show after the game.
How about this? How about we go to the game together?
Well, that
allow fans the game.
That could probably be worked out too.
That would definitely be an awesome experience.
But, we're going to reconvene one way or the other around that game, and it's going to be a better game than it usually is. I doubt we pulled it out because I got y'all undefeated, but I think it's going to be a good game.
Oh yeah, nothing like the 62-14 beatdown y'all had last year.
Man, you got to go bringing that up. You got to go. They always got to bring up the bad stuff. They always got to bring that up. Yeah, well, we beat y'all a few years ago.
Oh yeah, I remember 2014. I think was the last one.
No.
Hey, I just got this tweet from Bubba Wallace. He said, "It's been an emotional few days. First off, I want to say how relieved I am that an investigation revealed that this wasn't what we feared it was. I want to thank my team, NASCAR, and FBI for acting swiftly and treating this as a real threat. I think we'll gladly take a little embarrassment over what the alternatives could have been. Make no mistake, though someone will try, this should not detract from the show of unity we had on Monday and the progress we've made as a sport to be a more welcoming environment for all." Bubba Walls just tweeted that out.
Nice. Old Bubba. He had a shot at that thing. He had a shot at that race Monday.
I had goosebumps when he took the lead. I got some goosebumps watching it. I was like, oh no, he's about to this is about to be like a Dale Jr. type win back in 2001. That's why I was feeling that was going to happen. He was going to win the race. It was going to be a Dale Jr. type moment when Dale Jr. won at Daytona after his dad died. I was like, if that had happened, there would have been I would have been crying in the stands. I've been crying in the stands. I watched Dale Jr.'s win when he won Daytona in 2001, and I tear up. I don't know why I get emotional. I remember watching that race live. I still get emotional for some reason watching it.
How old were you? How old were you in 01? Were you one?
I was like 10 months old probably in July. I was 11 months old when that race happened. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's I tell you what, man, 01 was a tough year. It was a tough year.
Oh yeah.
Now I was not a Dale Senior fan. I was not a Dale Senior fan. I was a Gordon fan. I picked up on Gordon. I was a Davey Allison guy, and then we all know what happened there. And then I was kind of lost for a minute, and then Jeff Gordon come along, and I was like, look at this kid. He was in a Baby Ruth #1 car. I was like, look at this kid, same age as me, and I said, this is going to be my guy. Well, that turned out pretty good. So I was not an Earnhardt fan, but when we lost Earnhardt, it didn't matter if you was an Earnhardt fan or not. If you was a race fan, your heart was broke. And then when we went back to Daytona, and I say we because it wasn't just Dale Jr., it wasn't just the drivers, it wasn't just the teams. The whole world of NASCAR needed some healing, okay? And here we come. We're going back to Daytona. It's 4th of July time. We're fixing to run a 400-miler. And I was like, wouldn't it be cool if Dale Jr. pulled this thing off? Wouldn't it be cool? Well, it was amazing. It was amazing. But that moment when he pulled into the grass and Waltrip came over there and they embraced each other because Waltrip didn't get to celebrate his Daytona 500. Mm-hmm. And that's probably one of the most horrible things if you can imagine winning the Daytona 500 and then not being able to celebrate it.
Yeah.
So they both got to celebrate their wins at Daytona, but you couldn't have wrote this stuff. I don't care how good of an author you were, you couldn't have wrote this stuff, and it's exactly what the sport needed it right when it needed it.
Yeah.
It couldn't have been scripted better. It couldn't have nothing. I mean, it was just absolutely perfect in every way. It was like the good Lord said, you know what? I've taken, now I'm going to give. Because, I mean, it's as simple. Dale Sr. was taken. And Dale Jr. gave us back. He gave the whole NASCAR world exactly what we needed at the very moment we needed it. And and Dale Jr.'s not only done that once. He just did it again just recently, a few weeks ago, when everything started really coming to surface, and we really realized, hey, we got a problem in this country. And Dale Jr., I think, gave us some words that I'll never forget. And those words were, I need to listen. Man, those words ring around in my head every day, because we needed exactly what we needed at the time we needed it. He delivered it. The guy has delivered us some stuff. He is, and he's a great dude. On top of that, I mean, if he's driving down the road and you're sitting on the side of the road with a flat tire, he's probably going to stop. You know, and he may be in his old S10 when he stops, because he drives that truck a lot. But yeah, I tell you what, NASCAR is probably the most unbelievable sport you can have. Yeah. The moment.
And it's growing. The fan base is growing right now. People say on Facebook or on social media saying that NASCAR died when Dale Sr. died. I say no, it has not died. It actually grew more when he died.
Yeah,
the fan base grew more.
I mean, the sport's bigger than one driver. The sport's bigger than all the drivers. It's just it's amazing what it gives us. That's what's so spectacular about it, is what it gives us. Just like Monday, it gave us one of the best finishes in history. They were technically 7 wide when Almirola was coming across the finish line backwards. I counted them; they were 7 wide. I mean, I thought it was 6 wide, and then I had to go back and think about that for a minute and realize, hey, Almirola made 7 wide. It could have been 10 or 11 wide. I mean, it's coming to. We're going to get to see that at some point with this new aero package and these new rule changes that they've made. We are headed toward a 10 wide finish at Talladega, and that is going to be the day. That is going to be the day. I'm telling you, it's coming. It's coming. Because
cars just ripping everywhere.
Well, it took these rule changes that they just made to give us this 6 or 7 wide finish.
Oh yeah,
they make
I loved it.
And then all of a sudden we've got a 7 wide finish.
I loved it because you know who was going to win there at the end.
Like, I thought I wasn't sure, and then I was like, okay, but I thought Stenhouse won it at first. I mean, we were on our feet. I got an 86-inch television. Okay. I got a serious television, and I got this TV for watching my NASCAR races. All right, that's what I got it for, so I can actually get up in there with them. But me and my wife, man, we were up in the screen, and I mean, she's just as intense as I am about it. She's Chase Elliott girl.
She likes one of these.
Yeah. Oh, that's a nice Huggy. How many more you got?
There are $6.
You got a Chase Elliott. What else you got? I know you got some more. You got a Bubba Wallace one. Yeah.
I got a Bubba one. I got me a regular Talladega Super Speedway one. I have the NASCAR driving experience one, which I did that actually a week after October's race last year. I got to drive on the track at Talladega.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's awesome.
160 miles an hour on the back stretch.
Yeah. Well, man, it was good having you on. We appreciate you coming on and sharing some stuff with us, and sharing the fact that you were at Talladega, and and you got to see a lot of stuff this year. You didn't see everything you wanted, but you sure got to see a lot more than most. But
I'll take that. I'm gonna take that for granted, and I'm gonna admire that moment more, and then I'll just show that to my kids one day. Say, hey, I was here at this. I was here at this event when this happened. It's something I'm gonna tell my kids and my grandkids about.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you, brother.
Thanks for having me
on. Trouble. 2 cars around, one in the wall. A lot of cars.
Watch your inside. Block her down.
And we have a caution.